With over 500,000 trees and shrubs already planted and growing, it's easy to forget you are in the city. We don't just say, we do. It's the Stain City way.
Welcome to your Feel Good Friday edition of Real Talk right here on SABC 3. So today we're sharing the stage with comedian Anasia, Govender, as well as social media superstar Zodwa Wabantu. But first, we all love movies because they're somewhat a representation of how art imitates life, right? Now, not many filmmakers skillfully capture everyday people's harrowing experiences in their search for life in the city of gold. Vaya is the story of three individuals who get on a train from Durban to Johannesburg. Although they've never met, their stories are invariably intertwined as the intense plot unfolds. Today, we talk to the film's director, Akin Omotoso, on how the film came to be and the acclaim Vaya has garnered since its release, including being a hot contender at the SAFTAs, taking place tomorrow at Sun City. You haven't heard of the movie? Have a look at this.
Yeah. Hayi man. Uyacafa ukuthi mina ucavela lapho kwenza le khamuzi.
Hawu, yini ungasebenzisa i-cellphone yakho le smartphone? Ugoogle phela sibone ukuthi uzayithola ile information.
Oh, ufuna ukubona mina ngihlinza inkomo. Ufuna ngikubonise.
Singaxoxa. Ya. Singakhuluma ngalokhu nalokuya.
Uma ungamela kude uzomshweba. Hey wena, ngilalele yini?
Ngoba sikhe ekhaya phela la. Singakhuluma ukuthi indoda iyagwazwa lapha. Igwazwe nje 5 rand kuphela.
Xolo bhuti. Ingabe khona indawo yofihla ikhanda eseduzana?
Yabona ifune imali. Siningi indawo zokuhlala.
Fanele ukuthi umpadreke jo. Kumele wenze sure ukuthi ubone idimas lakhe.
Bheka sibala. Tweetlip. Nayi, yakaya. Nina nawe siyazi. Amelanga ngokhafe for umntwana.
Shaya. Singakhuluma ukuthi le ekhaya ngaba isigwili kodwa lapha awulutho.
Shaya man.
Lezi intsha lezi sivaleleke esihogweni. Azinanyoko, azinawo amadlala. Bengithanda nje, ngenza sure ukuthi ugcina ufana nawo.
So, nominated for 12 African Movie Academy Awards, won the Best Screenplay at the Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards. It premiered at the Toronto Film Festival. It was an official selection at the Berlin Film Festival. Nominated for 6 SAFTAs. I just want to ask you, does this movie need any more awards? From the bottom of my heart. There's room.
There's room. It's just amazing for the film to be recognized, you know, the way it is. I mean, you mentioned the SAFTAs. I mean, it's also up next week for Best Foreign Film at the British National Film Awards.
See what I mean?
And it's up against the film that actually won the Academy Award a couple of weeks ago. So, I mean, for us as a team, just, you know, the film took 8 years to make.
Yeah.
And telling the lives of people from the streets and how they came to Joburg.
Yeah.
So for us, you know, that 8-year period of just watching this film develop and obviously making the film and the actors in the film and everything, it's really just it's quite overwhelming. And I guess in a way, when they say you keep on, working on something without sure what the reward is going to be, other than hopefully people will like the story, and everything that's happened since the film premiered has just been amazing.
Nothing short of amazing. So you say that this is on people who came to Joburg and ended up on the streets. Now, we always hear this when, the debate is around people who live on the street that, this wasn't their plan. No one wakes up and says, you know what, I'm going to go hang out on the street and like it a whole lot more than being somewhere. So does this movie follow that, the gradual spiral down that makes them end up homeless?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you make a great point. Nobody's, that's not the plan.
Yeah.
And in this film, it's about these three strangers who get on the train from Durban and they come to Johannesburg. They never meet, but their stories are intertwined. And in a sense, it's a film about how you can become homeless. But in their case, it's about the betrayal of family. And they all come to Joburg for a specific reason. And the film tracks how those, how the city intervenes and how, you get betrayed ultimately by, by their families.
I heard you speaking about the movie, and you said what was important for you was that the stories couldn't be diluted, so you had to keep them concentrated, right? And it's about everyone's, kind of entry into Joburg. And then I realized we all kind of, because no one's from Joburg. There are 2% of you who are from Joburg. Please don't come and act fresh here with me, okay? And then I remembered I came from Umtata, city to city, the bus, with my mom, and I remember we were carrying a TV because my dad was already living in Hillbrow.
Absolutely.
And, as the bus drove in and the sun was rising and I woke up and it was just so big. And I was like, no, this is big. What was your first conversation with Joburg?
It was, and it's funny you mention your mom, because I finished drama school at UCT and then I got cast in Isidingo. So I was coming up.
Yeah.
And my mom, rest her soul, so she was like, well, you're not just gonna go up there. I'm gonna come with you, meet my agent. So I said to my agent, okay, I'm coming up with my mom. And they're like, cool. And, my mom came to the office and she's like, make sure you look after my son.
Okay.
And to this day, my agent always tells me, like, she remembers my mom doing that. So I remember landing in Johannesburg and then also having this kind of like, very gray here. And very, very, the city was just overwhelming. And I guess working on Isidingo at that time, and this is 1998, when it started, and navigating the city has been a very interesting process. And I've come to love the city more. But you're right. Your first encounter with Johannesburg is, whether you're coming by road or if you're coming by, plane, you're looking down and you're like, okay.
But I love the fact that you, as harsh as the city may be and as harsh as it could be represented in this movie, when you speak about Joburg, you've got a very romantic way.
Love Joburg.
And I love that because you even said, they don't show you the stabbings that happen in Paris, but we all think it's romance,
No, absolutely.
They don't show you the harsh realities of New York and we all think it's success, so...
Precisely. And you're right. In fact, the funny thing about Paris is, like, Paris is, it's like, the city of love. And I remember I was in Paris once, walking down the street and come around this corner and it's very quiet and this guy has just been stabbed and everyone is like, he's just been stabbed, so he's been cradled. The people, you can see the guy's quiet, he's calling the police. I'm like, here we go.
Where's the Eiffel Tower now?
Here we go.
Where's the romantic
You're all stabbing
marriage
out here? You know what I mean? And it goes to how we're represented. The image of Africa, people are very quick to define it as one thing.
Yeah.
And the only thing I always say as a filmmaker or storyteller is, like, allow us to show the kaleidoscope of stories. So Vaya tells a particular story about Johannesburg. The other films, there's Catching Feelings that's on, directed by Kagiso Ledika, that tells another story of the city. Don't limit your vision of the city to some unfortunate incidents.
Listen, I'm so glad you touched on Catching Feelings because that's what we want to talk about next. Akin has come a long way in the industry, but he's been far successful as a creator of films like Man on Ground, Tell Me Sweet Something, and obviously now Vaya. Like I say, up for 6 SAFTAs tomorrow. After the break, we chat about his return to acting in the movie Catching Feelings. Come back to us. And welcome back to Real Talk on SABC3. We're still here with award-winning filmmaker and actor Akin Omotoso. So Via, like I said, up for 6 SAFTAs tomorrow. The DVD is out. So if you don't know what all this hype is about, you feel so left out, and people are having long dinner conversations about the movie, I come with solutions. So listen, being a director is one thing, but he recently went back and was an actor in a movie. It caused waves. In the last 2 weeks, everybody has been catching feelings.
So he's staying with you now? Huh? Aren't you going to Cape Town soon?
You left the guy with your wife at home.
Have you ever slept with a married woman?
More than once. Oh, you Africans don't learn. Oh, you Africans know you Africa way. That dude is gonna colonize that.
So we were, honored enough to have Pearl and Kagiso here the other day, the day before the movie came out. And the one thing I said to them was, it's so effortless, this movie, that it's almost like you guys are not acting.
I think that's a testament to like Kagiso's script. Like if you read, I remember when I read the script, I was like, so how can I?
Oh, so you weren't meant to be in the movie?
Well, I mean, it was like he gave me the script to read, and I read it, and I was like, I really like this character, Joel.
Yeah.
And then, we were having a little back and forth, and I said, look, let me just come audition. Why don't let me audition for the part, and then like if I'm not going to get the part, let it be because
on merit.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I went and I auditioned, and I got the part.
So
which was cool.
Which is cool, but I mean, going back to varsity days, you and Kagiso were friends in varsity, and you were the only one with a car. And
I used to drive,
He tells the story all the time. He's like, Akin was the only one with a car. He was the first black person at UCT to have a car. This guy was rock and roll.
Yeah. Him and David, it's been a real special journey over the last 20 years to see what they've done, in the South African scene. So I've known Kagiso a long time, so we collaborate on a lot of things. And I think, reading the script is also like have a look.
Yes.
And, sometimes I share things with him, and obviously he was in Tell Me Sweet Something as well. So reading it, because also Blitz Patrolli, which he wrote.
Yes.
I'd also read it, and there was a part there that can I?
That's me, guy.
Timing-wise, it didn't work out. So this time around, I really loved. I thought it was so funny, and I think when you speak about the effortlessness, is that if the script is good, everybody wants to be part of it.
Yeah.
Nobody feels like they need to save the film, and Kagiso himself was just great as a director. The set was light. Pearl, Andrew, Kate, Loiso, everyone. We all really had a good time making the film. But I'll say it comes back to the fact that the script was so great.
Are you guys making the movies that you spoke about when you were in varsity, the kind of movies that you wanted South Africa to be churning out?
No, absolutely. And thinking back to all those dreams, like, one day we're gonna, and wouldn't it be great if, and just to even see now, like on Twitter, they've got the Catching Feelings challenge, everybody doing that, the Loiso, or you Africans.
He's gonna colonize that.
Exactly. I think, filmmaking, like I mentioned, Via took 8 years, This film has taken a while as well. That film takes so long. So when you get to the moment when you share it with an audience and people respond, and to see how people are responding to this film, it's just, again, a testament to those 20-odd days in which they shot the film, and it was really great.
So if you have a soccer team, right, and maybe I should use basketball because that's might be early, but I don't know. All I know in basketball is point. Is there point guard?
There's points. Point guard, yeah.
Okay,
point guard,
that guy.
Point guard.
Let's not go there, because that's all I know.
Well, let's try the soccer, let's try.
Okay, so if you have a soccer team and your defenders can strike and your strikers can defend, and you have a goalie who could play defense and play striker, it pretty much means that your team is going to be amazing because, the roles are interchangeable.
Right.
Would you say that is the success of Catching Feelings? The fact that, you guys Loiso has a comedic element in him, so it means that he writes, right? You write, but you also direct, but now you were just acting.
Yes,
so there are people who are very multi-talented. Therefore, when it becomes a melting pot, it can only be brilliant.
Great analogy. Yeah, but there you go. Great analogy. I think it's, again, soccer is a good example. You bring a team together.
Yes.
And I think having the right group of people in the room make it organic and doesn't make it as difficult. And I think Kagiso was able to bring together the right group of people to realize that we really wanted to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, nobody was trying to, you know what I mean? Everybody just wanted to serve the vision. And he was very clear and also easy as a director. And I guess knowing him and knowing what it takes, also you have a respect for what the person is trying to achieve. But I was really glad to be part of the film, and I'm glad that South Africa is embracing it the way they are.
Has the PR been great? Because I know this is something else that you and I have spoken about, that, you know, Hollywood is Hollywood because of PR and not because they're more talented than us. So are we on point? Are we using the platforms? Are we using our radio shows and our TV shows to, you know, to do the right thing?
Yeah, I mean, people like yourself continue to support the arts in that way. So, you know, if few more people know about Catching Feelings and via DVD tonight, that the needle gets moved further. You know, it's not a 100-meter dash; it's a marathon. And I think what you're seeing, or what I'm beginning to see, in fact, the numbers on Catching Feelings are going up because as more people get to hear about it, you know, they come and see it. I mean, obviously, marketing is still something we all have to work at.
And also, it's still something that in budget you can't account for it, because, you know, the budgets are not amazing, right?
No, absolutely, yeah. They're not. The budgets aren't great in that respect. But for me, the thing is that I think more people should realize that South African films are great. And they're good. Yeah. And that myth that keeps on being perpetuated about these films is holding you back from actually enjoying something that you could really relate to. And I think that process is better than it was and it can only continue to get better. The films are good. Yeah. We travel the world and everybody always says, well, how is it received in your country? And they say, well, we haven't been, you know what I mean? Like, it's never a good look, but we'll continue to make the films, and programs like this support them. And also, I think people, you know, people get shocked. They go, we really like that film. I said, but why are you shocked? Yeah. Like, what is it that shocked you? This is a talented country, a talented nation. Like, why are you shocked?
The Color of Wine.
Yes.
Where are we with that?
Well, we're done.
Are we done?
You'll be seeing it soon.
Okay, so he's got a movie. Is it a movie?
It's a documentary.
It's a documentary out, The Color of Wine, following 3 black winemakers.
4.
It was 3 the last time.
It's 4 now.
It's 4 now. I'm just checking. 4.
Time.
Okay.
As time goes on.
So this one is coming out. Can you give us a bit of a timeline? Is it 2 months? Is it 1 month? Is it in time for my birthday?
It'll be in time for your birthday if your birthday is before May.
19th of May.
There you go.
All right, then.
Yeah. The Color of Wine. Again, looking at the history of South Africa, but just through the lens of the wine industry and these 4 black makers who are 4 black winemakers who were at the forefront of transition in the 90s. So they were the first people to start studying wine. And today they're like some of the best, again, you know, some of the best winemakers, not just in the country, but in the world.
That is going to be fascinating.
A lot of wine.
Yeah. Did you drink a lot of wine?
Yeah.
Obviously for research purposes.
For research purposes, and also when you're interviewing them, if they say, have a sip of the wine, what am I going to say? Who am I?
You
like,
were raised properly.
Not right now.
Listen, this DVD is out via tomorrow. It's nominated for 6 SAFTA. So when you watch, make sure you're rooting. We collectively are rooting for this, guys. So make sure that you support them. Listen, the internet has become a place for people to pass judgment on people's lives from behind a cell phone or a computer screen. After the break, we chat to someone who became an internet sensation, but has not let the opinions of the people on the web dictate how she lives her life. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We're now joined by socialite and queen of the show, internet sensation Zodwa Wabantu. Zodwa first rose to fame when videos of her dancing at the popular Umlazi Shisanyama Eyadini were posted all over social media, and we were fascinated. Now, no South African social event is complete without Zodwa's recognizable dance moves or her equally recognizable dress sense, which for some may be a lack of dress sense, but she isn't fazed one bit by what what your opinions are. We welcome onto Real Talk on SABC3, Zodwa Wabantu. They have been going mad the entire episode. They are obsessed with you.
Thank you.
Zodwa, so you call yourself Zodwa Wabantu, ne? Which means Zodwa of the people, obviously.
Yes.
But you don't care what people say. So where did that name come from?
From them. From them. So they are allowed to do whatever they want with me. Yeah.
You said, we think you're Zulu, but you actually Xhosa.
I'm Xhosa.
Where did the confusion happen then?
I don't know. You know, with social media, they think they know me, and they don't know me. So each day by day, when I have people like you, you give me exposure, you ask questions, then they'll know me. But with social media, they just think drunkard, whatever.
Lost lappy.
Yes, you know. Then I'm okay with that because really they don't know me.
But most Zulu njo khuluma isiZulu sipha.
Yeah, because maybe it's the 4.5 years ngise KZN.
Also, where were you born?
Rockville in Soweto.
Okay.
Dlamini too.
Was it a Xhosa mother, a Xhosa father?
Xhosa mom, father, even though I don't know my father, even now, but he's colored. That's why the Libram. Yeah.
All right.
But my mom is Xhosa Makhatebe.
Okay, so why did your mom give you your dad's surname if you don't know him?
I don't know, maybe emasayidini nje bebezwana kahle.
I was not there,
yes.
So sadly your mom passed when you were 11.
Yes.
I mean, do you ever deal with that? Because my mother passed and I was 25 and I thought I was too young to lose my mother at 25. 11 must be something else.
Yeah. You know, I have an aunt, which is my mom's sister. She always taught me, when you are dead, you are dead. So I don't have to visit and say, oh, I miss mom because I'm going through these certain things.
Yeah.
You are dead, you are dead. So I've made peace with that. I know my mom. I'm happy that she's no more. But I think everyone maybe thinks the way I have turned out is because maybe
something was lacking.
Yes, or the father figure or whatsoever. With my father, I don't know my father. Maybe he's out there. I'm even dating him. I don't know him. So it's okay. I don't know him. Yeah, maybe it's gonna come out now.
Who knows?
You know?
You know, who knows? But your grandmother then, and this is why, there are many South Africans who are raised in single families. In fact, it's more the norm than families with both parents.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with you.
No.
And when I hear, oh, your grandmother was there, I'm like, well, there was the man, because our grandmothers were very strong people, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, she passed away last year.
No, not last year. When I was 11.
That's
you're my grandmother. Oh, yes, sorry.
So she's there in your formative years, and she saw you become this Zodwa.
Yes.
What was her take of Zodwa Wabantu?
Before she died, she said, out of all my children, you turned out to be the best. Because I went out of home when I was 16. My sisters are still at home, maybe fighting about the bread, about the forum, who's going to be the owner. I have my own house. So she said, you turned out to be the best.
Who taught you to be, independent and a hustler and a fighter and...
Leaving home when I was 16, then knowing that my mom, she's no more, as in she's dead. I can't be crying over it, as in, oh my God, I wish she was here, or life would have turned out this way, So it's the streets. I left home when I was 16, because at home I could see that silwangisinkwa amaqanda now 6 mina ngiphula u3 bathi udla kanjani wena kakhulu so ngabona ukuthi no, I might as well take care of myself because ngiyabona vele.
What was your plan when you left home? Where were you leaving to go?
I had no plan. I stayed with umngani wami uNombulelo Nkomo. She's still around at Dlamini 2. Then I would date some guys. I know everyone thinks when dating is in sleeping with them and saying I want money in the morning, it's like uzodwa ukhuluma enye into engaziwa. I know.
Yeah.
That's the truth. I wish I could lie, but if I could lie, there'll be someone coming out in 5 years' time and say, hey, angazositshela lazo zenza ngcono. So I'm at the peak of, I wouldn't say this is career, because I was discovered on YouTube. Then people related to me. So whatever happens to that famousness, that's giving me bread and eggs, I'm okay. I'm gonna fade or what. I'm okay and comfortable with bread and eggs. Not now that I'm pizza, I've made it. I'm okay. Yeah.
So when you discovered on YouTube and you become an internet sensation, I mean, I don't like to call myself famous, but I've been famous for a while. I've never been banned from a country. You know, so really the famous one between you and Miki Wena, right?
Yeah, okay.
So when you get discovered on YouTube, are you like, yes, this is what I always wanted? Or do you quickly strategize to see how you're going to make this work for you?
It was a struggle, because I would go to malls, public clinics, a spaza shop down by the road. Everyone would think I'm famous, why I'm acting normal. While I didn't have money, so I was like, abanye bebeng ropa. Because Zodwa, you know, asenze ingoma, I didn't understand anything. Ngita no more nego 3,000, you know. I mean, I'm grand, I'm happy, life, you know. I didn't know until Tira sat me down and said, "Hey, Wena, you are famous. Umhlaba wonke, you know, I've been to London twice. In 19 April, manje ngiya USA, Washington DC, and Dallas."
You never thought that was going to happen.
You know, I didn't know about fame. I didn't know about fame, and I didn't care. That's why now bunga ngiphi 1 rand. Because Anele, it's right. You know, because when you know so much, instead of you're not showing me what's behind. Noma ubunikeze 100,000. I don't know anything. Ngi happy nje ukuthi ngipay 10 rand ngoba ezongiphuma amaqanda nesinkwa mina I'm happy because I don't know anything about the entertainment, as in it's a career or, you know, I didn't know anything.
But you know now?
Now I know, because DJ Tera Makoya Bering set me down.
Ladies.
Set me down. I said, girl, you are 35,000. Ungadlali. And boom, wonke nje, I'm fully booked, you know. Nakusasa ngiya eMbalenhle in Mpumalanga. So I'm okay. I said I'm retiring next year. I'm still saying it. I'm proud to show that angifuni ukuphupha, then sengifuna ukubuya ngengoma, you know. I'm okay, you know. Maybe ngizoba nenkukhu ezu-20, inkomo ezu-4, imbuzi ezu-6, like eyadini lami, imoto yami paid up. I'm okay. I know abanye abantu bangilwisa like yo lo yasiphazamisa kule entertainment industry, and thina sifuna ukuba on top, you know, abanye bacala phansi yaphezulu. No, relax on, guys. I'm just getting my 35. I don't care ukuthi you are up or you are down or ngiyaphazamisa. I get a caller, angizmakethi, you'll never see me mahala. Like yabo manja, I'm free tonight. Angeke ngisuke nje ngithi ngiya eRosebank just to show my face. I'll be sleeping because this face is expensive to be seen mahala.
There is more to Zodwa Wabantu than what we see on our TV screens and across social media. She is a mother. She's a businesswoman. Connect with us on Twitter and send us those WhatsApp voice notes, comments or questions. Not everyone was lucky enough to be in the audience today, right? So we'll be taking your voice notes, send them, we'll listen, we'll have a chat. We're still on the couch with socialite and queen of Ivoire show Zodwa Wabantu. She's been shrouded with controversy for her contentious dance moves and her provocative dress sense. She is here, and we're just having, you know, a real talk. So can I give you my analogy on this?
You are the educated one.
No, I'm not. You know, no metric, mina. So
I mean, I don't have.
Oh no, metric. I'm more educated, la. I'm a professor.
Yes.
So when it comes to the negativity that you get, first I think that we always hear the bad things about us louder.
Yes.
So that's the one thing. The second thing is, because you look like a normal girl. Most South African women look like you. So I think the problem that, and you can disagree with me, or you can agree with me, or you can add, or you can subtract. The problem comes when people switch on TVs, they want to see someone
Thank
you know,
you.
skinnier than them, what they think prettier than them.
Yes.
You know, to fit this mold that we've been fed of this is what a famous woman, successful woman looks like. So that you saw to them, you look too much like them.
Yes.
You look too pedestrian, you look too normal.
Yes.
So then the question becomes, why am I not there?
Thank you so much.
So without talking about money, let's leave the money alone.
Okay.
What I'm saying about their minds, do you find that because you look like a normal woman and not like a celebrity made up, that is some of the problems that come in?
You know, thank you so much. Since you invited me here, your makeup artist said, they took me to the makeup room and I said, I don't want makeup because where I'm coming, they forced it on me for TV, maybe because it's TV.
Yeah.
This is me, guys. I'll never change. Whether you look down on me or you think I'm not going far in life or you think I'm poor or you think you are better than me, I'm okay like this. This is my face. This is 35,000. I know you said
don't
leave
mention
the
money. Leave money.
No, I love money. These people are crazy. They think they are better than me.
Yeah. And then do you sometimes feel like, okay, maybe I went too far? Because you were in my hometown, you were in Umtata when you took the underwear off.
Oh.
And I was like, was there a little bit of you like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have taken the underwear off?
No.
Really?
I went on stage. I remember we toured 4 cities with the private jet.
That night?
That night, yes. DJ Tera, yes. Private jet. We arrived in Mthatha around 5:30. Then there was Zodwa moment, as in Zodwa have to go on stage. Then I was wearing a blue or green G-string. Then everyone said, keep it, but take off the panty.
Okay.
It's not my thinking, or remember, I listened to them. Zodwa Wabantu.
Okay.
So whether they bash me, some who were not there. Remember, we have who are not even attending these parties. Abantu bagu entertainment. They're just sitting there by audience. But being miserable housewives, miserable girlfriends. They are like here, always on Twitter, judging you, judging me, you know. So, singaba entertaining because they are not there. Abanye ababukelanga right now. But nje ku Twitter uzobona kundlula iTwitter ukuthi uzodwa ebela. Uzoziphathina. Kodwa bengayibukelanga.
So, do you go to church? Do you go to church?
Sometimes.
Aren't people like, because you know, everyone is perfect most in church. Saturday we're at a party, we're doing terrible things. Sunday, sorry, we are all perfect. But because you are outwardly imperfect, do you find that the eyes in church?
No. I think in church when I'm invited, you know, because I don't want to attend these churches as I'm a celebrity. Because I'm not a celebrity, also actor according what society wants or how to act. Because nalo my churches, I am the underground, you know. So you can judge me all you want, but you are worse than me. Everyone knows what I'm doing. Ngithakatha emini. Nina nje nasuka la kuvalwa ilanga nje uNkulunkulu selivala. Ngiyakutshela khona bazi makeup haya kodwa bayazi boyo lala nendoda omunye umuntu. You understand? Okay, weza uzodwa bathi ubhizi amadoda. No. Uzodwa uzifonela nje isinkwa sakhe namaqanda.
Number voice notes amaninzi. Plenty of voice notes coming through. Let's try to get through as many as possible. First one, please.
Hi Anele, Nhlanhla Msomlo. Cela ngibuzele kuzodwa abantu ukuthi uzoshada yini? Ukuthi uzoshada mhlambe uzibone eshada nini? Ya ngiyathanda nje ukwazi lokho. Thanks.
Maybe when ufuna umtshada sazi.
Yes. Being the woman that I am, sengihlakaniphe kakhulu futhi abafana bangidlalile. Angeke. I know maybe people are saying ngithi angeke because I think there's no man out there for me. No, I do have a boyfriend, but I know umshado angitshelwa mina. Angifuni ukuwashela umuntu, angifuni ukuphekela umuntu. I just wanna be me, be happy. Angifuni ukuba miserable ngilale ngeJohn Walker negrandpa. No.
Next voice note.
Hi, Anele and Zodwa. I just want to say how much Zodwa Wabantu is a feminist icon. And I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that, but I think she's doing who she wants to be. She's being who she truly is. She's expressing herself how she wants to express herself. And I think that's all we can ask for in this democracy. I mean, come on, Zodwa Wabantu for prayers.
Thank you so much. Okay, quickly, we're done now. Thank you so much for your time. Your man, does he expect you to be Zodwa Wabantu at home?
Yes,
Oh, so you have to be
definitely.
there.
Definitely. Home, I'm more Zodwa West, you know.
So
With
there you
Spider-Man.
have it. It could be worse. The one and only Zodwa Wabantu proving that not everything you see on social media is as it seems. After the break, we chat to funny woman Anasia Govender. It's a Feel Good Friday right here on Real Talk on SABC 3. Thank you. Thank you. We're back with Real Talk on SABC 3. The stage is yours. If you're just joining us, you're just in time to catch our last guest, Anasia Govender, who's here to talk about her one-woman show upcoming this weekend at Emperor's Palace on Saturday, the 24th of March. Annalakshmi's African Adventure is a story about a North Indian woman who escapes to South Africa to get away from her overbearing mother-in-law. I can hear many of you sighing, eager to know how that is done. Welcome to you, Anasia.
Hi, Anele.
So this is your first show in Joburg?
This is my first show in Joburg.
All right, so you were a teacher and then you got retrenched. Am I right in saying that?
So I was actually a debtor's clerk for like 14 years.
Okay.
And I got the stint as a teacher. I was doing music therapy and drama and meditation, all the airy-fairy, lovely stuff.
Okay.
And then I got axed. And then I decided I was not going to go back to the office, that I belonged on the stage. I put out an ad on Gumtree.
Yeah.
And I started emceeing and started getting people's attention. And I formed this persona because I do lots of different accents. And I found that the Indian accent, people just ate it up. And it was believable because... And yeah, you know, the Irish accent didn't fly off that well. No. But the Indian accent, I had to then convince people that I'm actually really homegrown, that I'm local, South African. I'm not from India.
So when you are, you know, doing the airy-fairy drama, music, piano, all of that, and then they ask you, right? Because obviously it's not nice to get axed, but deep down I'm sure you're like, thank God.
No, I was upset.
Really?
I was sad, I was depressed. I missed the children from the school. And I had just basically the loveliest job.
Yeah.
Finish at 2:30, off on all the school holidays. You can't ask for better than that. And I'm a mother of 3,
Yeah.
so you treasure all the extra time at
Off
home
on
with the kids.
weekends. Can write your own stuff whilst they write tests, doing the work.
Yeah,
okay.
all of that.
Then how do we get to having a restaurant? Because I understand that's where you'd start doing your acts as well.
Right. So when I refused to go back to work, I put up the ad on Gumtree and I got a few gigs.
Yeah.
But obviously not enough to pay the bills. So my husband decided that he'll help me open up a restaurant and I'll run the restaurant during the course of the week and on the weekends, because I was only getting gigs on the weekends. And as slowly, after opening the restaurant, I became passionate about advertising. I would write little parodies about the food that I've prepared, the special for the day.
Yes.
And then I wrote the Ed Sheeran parody.
Yes.
And I wrote that in 2015. I only did the video in 2017, and it went viral the same evening that we posted it.
And then that drove people to the restaurant.
But yes, but people were coming. I started doing comedy in 2015. I had a dinner and a comedy show. So I'd prepare the full buffet. There was at least 12 different items on the buffet. Go to my sister's place, shower, change, come and play host to the 50 people who were booked for the evening. And when they're having dessert, I go and change into my sari and come out and do a 1-hour show.
What a treat. What's the restaurant called?
It's called Chili Kadai.
Chili Kadai.
Yeah, so
and it's in Durban.
It's in Durban. It's just off North Coast Road in Durban. It's in an industrial area, but we have a lot of people coming to the restaurant.
All right, I want to check out Chili Kadai. It sounds like an entire experience. So now when you have to put your show on then on stage, like at Empress Palace that you're doing this weekend, there isn't the food element to it.
No.
So I know, because there's 4,000 people. So then how do you make sure that it's got every bit of the essence of what you do at Chili Kadai's on the road?
So I don't just do a comedy show.
Yeah.
There's singing involved. So I've written lots of parody. So I narrate the story of how I married outside of my caste in India.
Yeah.
And got married to this guy whose mother absolutely refused to accept me.
Yeah.
And when every time I suggested that I would take a job in another country, she found an excuse to follow me there. And when I say South Africa, she says she'll never set foot in South Africa. And I said, then that's the place.
Going.
That's the place.
Can I please get a little bit of the accent? Because I can't for the life of me imagine what you sound like now, because I've heard you speak like
Why
this.
can't you imagine? It is very, very simple. There is this wobbly head. So all I have to do, we Indian people love to talk with our hands. Everything, we're making roti, cooking food, all like that. So the movement is coming effortlessly. Then there is this wobbly head, And well, you see me in my sari, I have these beautiful jimki earrings, and I love to tell stories, and I love to sing songs.
Okay. Your son is your opening act.
My son, Cam's Govender, is my opening act. He was my opening act for my show that we launched in 2015 at the restaurant. And he's toured all over South Africa doing comedy. His style is deadpan, one-liner. So our styles are very, very different.
Good.
Very, very different. But there's that wit and that just being able to find the funny in a situation.
So what about the other two children? What are they doing if Cam's out here opening for mom?
My daughter Varusha is studying drama. She's in grade 11. And my youngest is 12, that's Yuveshan.
Yeah.
He could do a parody in the drop of a hat, like a 2 or 3 line.
Yeah.
You say something and he'll sing a song about it.
So you're basically the Kardashians. There's like a long lineage of entertainment family here that we can look forward to.
We got talent.
Exactly.
Not just fame.
So are we going to see a reality show? Are we going to see... Remember, it was Meet the Kumars. Was it Meet the Kumars? That was pretty successful. You're right. Is that something we can look at, maybe a sitcom for SABC3?
I don't know, producers out there?
So start writing it. Don't you think you should start writing it?
That's in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Writing a comedy series, little videos to put up. And just with our family issues, that's enough. We don't even need
there are a lot.
And there's a lot.
And a lot. Can you let us in? What's the latest family issue?
No, at the moment we've just been focusing on the show. This is a very big deal.
Yeah.
To leave Durban and come to Joburg and just hope and pray that we are well received and people come out and watch us and experience. Annalakshmi is an experience. She really is an experience. I've been loving every minute of it.
I can see that. Your eyes are glistening. They're glinting
Really?
as you speak about it. Now, what I love, and I don't know if I'm going to sound derogatory, but I'm going to go for it. What I love about Indian people is that you guys support each other. So naturally, there'll be Indian people at the show. But this is not just a show for Indian people, right?
No, it's not. The gist of this, the beginning of the story is how I left India. Then it's a little bit about my experiences here in South Africa as an outsider.
Yes.
And then I do a Bollywood love story between Jay-Z and the Guptas.
You have my attention.
So I want South Africa to come out and watch it. It's a different take on our politics and the story. And it is quite a dramatic story. These Indians coming from abroad, coming here, doing their thing. I'm not related to them in any way. Just want to say that. But it's my take on the political side of things.
And what a lovely, it's just a lovely thing that there's another comedian for me, because there are comedians and comedy is big in South Africa and it's just growing in leaps and bounds. And I like that there is someone like you, so that you create another room, another house that we never thought was there.
100%.
Yeah.
So I'm very proudly South African.
Yeah.
I I love being South African. I embrace it with every bit of my being. But this persona, I always thought that we tend to pay attention when somebody is from abroad. If they're speaking with a different accent, then then we want to pay attention. So I thought a nice way to grab everyone's attention is to use a persona, and then I come out in a beautiful sari, and then after talking for a while, I start singing. So it's just, you know, it's building on just holding people's attention, having them listen. And there's always I like to sneak in a little, how can I say? A little bit of...
Don't be scared, say it, because we need to wrap.
Like a little lesson, a life lesson.
Good.
You know, I like sneaking that in.
Okay. Listen, Anasia Govender, a round of applause for her. That's where we'll leave it for this week. A huge thank you to all our guests, Akin, Omotoso, Zodwa Wabantu, and Anasia Govender. With her son, Cam Govender, they will be doing a show tomorrow at Emperor's Palace, Annalakshmi's African Adventure. Do not forget to catch the SAFTAs on SABC 2 at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Good luck to all the nominees. We'll have Phil here on Monday giving us the official updates. Our very own Pabi Malloy from Trending SA is nominated, so we're crossing fingers for her. Have yourself a lovely weekend, South Africa.